Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to teach you guys how to modernize the good old Garmin StreetPilot C330, C340, C320 and so on with much more concise, small and compact mounting mechanism compared to the original one, which came with a GPS, which is pretty huge and sophisticated with a very limited maneuverability as far as the GPS movement is concerned. So with this original one, this is how you would mount the GPS. It would go right here, and this is where it would mount on the windshield, and you have two movements, very limited movements on the side. See, that's how much you could move, and it wouldn't move past that. It wouldn't move past that part, and up and down it would move somewhat more, but the mechanism, the ball head mechanism, is obsolete technology. I mean, you're talking a good 15-year-old GPS, if not more. These were originally made in 2003 to 2004, and I think that they were discontinued in 2006. But yeah, so now we are in 2020. It's a good 18-year-old GPS, and the technology is that old as well. So here's how we're going to do it. All right, so this we don't need anymore. Basically this will be retired, and we will use one of these, which you can buy from eBay for about I would say maybe $3-4 or less, maybe $5. If you get it from China, maybe it's a couple dollars. So now this particular device is designed to hold cell phones and flat GPS units. It cannot hold a huge GPS like this. No matter how hard you try, it's gonna fall. So here's the solution. To do this, you need the following tools. So basically you need a small drill bit, which is 1/15, and then you need another one which is 8/64, and I'm going to say it in metric as well. The one drill bit's going to be 2 millimeters, 2 millimeter. The other one will be 4.5 millimeters, and you need 3 screws, and you need a wire cutter and a metal cutter, heavy duty. You don't have to have this one, you could probably use something else, but this is the one I'm using. It's pretty handy. So what we do is we open this unit from here, and this part we leave it aside. We don't need this yet, we leave it aside. From this we only need this part, not that part, so we're gonna break it. Watch how I break it. Very simple. There you go. It's broken in pieces. The part with the spring goes straight to the trash. You don't need it. This part, you have to get as close as possible to this. So this goes to trash as well. Now this part, we're gonna make it even more small. And we will even make it more fine-tuned with this one, because right now it has like very sharp edges and looks ugly. So we're gonna make it like fine-tune it further with this guy. You have to wear safety glasses because these things will fly all over, and it could get into your eyes, which is not safe to do it without safety glasses. These are all going in the trash, all of these. We need 3 holes on this piece. So basically this is all we need. We need 1, 2, 3 holes. I'm gonna get my drill. One hole goes right here, yep, in the center. Be careful how you drill it so you don't hurt your fingers. So there you go. This is the guiding drill. The real drill will be much bigger. So the other one goes here, and the other one goes right here. These are rough measurements. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly where I put it. All right. We change the drill bit, go to a bigger one to enlarge these holes. Very good. We don't need this drill bit anymore, but we do need the small one. We still need the small one. Why? Because we have to put it here now. First, we need to turn this off. Not a good idea to do any kind of surgery on a GPS when it's still running. So now we have to make one hole right here, one here, and one here. Like a guidance hole first, and then we do the real one with the self-tapping screws. Okay? So this, you have to be very careful so your drill bit doesn't go too deep, because you could hit the metal behind the battery, and I'm going to show you what you will hit if you go too deep. Okay, so that's enough. Now, if you were to go too deep, I have one of these open. If you go too deep from the back, you hit this metal. So it's not going to create major disaster, but it's not recommended to hit your drill bit on this metal and destroy it, because if you puncture this metal, you get in to the battery compartment, which then you're talking chemical spill. So you don't want to do that. Go maybe a couple of millimeters deep, and then reverse your drill. After that, what you need to do is you need to get small self-tapping screws. Let's see the measurements of these screws. The length of this screw is about 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter, and the thickness is about 2.5 millimeters. Okay. Now we need 3 of these to mount this to that. What you do is you put it here first. Whoops. Okay. There. Now we need a drill bit. That's the right size for that screw, whichever screw you buy. It has to be self-tapping screw. And now we're going to drill it mount it here. Let me try it from a different camera. So, this is our guiding hole, and we're going to mount this there. Okay, it's a good solid mount, but still not strong enough to carry the weight. So you have to put 2 more screws here, right? So now on these screws, your drill bit cannot go deep at all, because you will hit the GPS board, the receptor board, which goes here. So you have to be very careful, because the GPS reception board goes here. Even though the GPS reception board stops a couple of centimeters before it reaches all the way to the back, but still it reaches up to here. The board reaches up to here, so you have opening on this area. So basically you are in the borderline. You have to be very careful. Alright, so let's get the other drill bit again. The guidance drill bit. And we're going to make a hole. That's enough. That's enough. You don't go too deep. Now we will take our self-tapping screw, put it in here, and guide it in. Okay, I'm gonna tighten it further, but first I want to put both of them, and then I'm gonna mess with the tightening. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use the clutch will set the clutch setting to 6, but you could do it in 3 or 4 depending on how big your screws are, how thick they are, and how much, because you don't want to strip the plastic. If you over tight, you strip the plastic. Go easily and always tighten them parallel. Very good. And we are all set. So now we have a very reliable, very strong, and compact mounting mechanism. Very compact, reliable, strong mounting mechanism on a Garmin StreetPilot, and which is this is how you lock it, and this is how you put it on the windshield. Now here's the thing. You would probably think doing this will basically reduce the GPS reception because that's where the antennas are. It doesn't. I actually did this and I tried it in a vehicle. The GPS reception is not, obviously the GPS reception is slightly affected but not majorly affected. So basically you could still easily rely on this GPS to receive great reception, because GPS reception is actually radio frequency, or RF, which can easily penetrate through plastic. So if this was all metal here covered with metallic things, then you're talking blockage of GPS reception. In current status, you don't have any major effect into the GPS reception, and you should be able to get full bars once you're outside. Obviously now I don't have any bars because I'm inside, but basically the GPS reception penetrates through this and doesn't affect your reception. And if you see the difference, major difference. I mean, look at the conciseness, and basically it's much more mobile. You can travel with it, put it in your suitcase, compared to something of this major size and less maneuverability. Because with this, you could go 360 degree. You could go 360 degree. You could go up. You could go down, and then you could, basically you have all kinds of movements which you didn't have with the other mechanism. Now, by the way, when you do this, you don't have the docking charging system which came originally. It was charging from here, the docking, which charges it from here. You don't have that, so now you have to use a mini USB to car cigarette lighter cable. Let me see if I have one. Standard Garmin cable. It's actually any standard mini USB. For example, this one would work. This one would work easily. So what you do is you charge it with this. You simply put it here, and you can use this to navigate. All right. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your project.